Testing 1, 2, 3, testy. Can you speak really quickly into that mic right there?
Start singing.
Hello.
Happy birthday.
No.
Whose birthday is it? Just start singing.
Okay.
No, don't. No. It's very misshapen. Yeah, turn it the other way.
How am I?
Testing 1, 2, 3.
Hold this.
Testing again 1, 2, 3. Hey everybody, this is Paxton Gordon here with the North Platte Post Sports Network. It is signing day 2023. I posted as 2022, so don't look at me. We're in the new year. I forgot about it already. Feels like it's already over. But with signing day comes some more fun opportunities. Holding two mics in her hand, Zara Blasey is here with us today. Can you believe it already? You still got a couple more months, so I can't say you're graduating now. But in a couple more months, you'll officially be done. How do you feel right now, sitting here with all your peers and your family, getting ready to, almost sign and get ready to go on to college?
Honestly, it's kind of crazy to believe, but I'm excited, and I know that, I know a lot of girls from, the team already, so it'll be a fun year.
Perfect. So when you started off your your high school adventure 4 years ago, did you ever envision yourself kind of being right here, getting ready to sign to go to a college to do what you love?
I always knew it was something that I loved doing, so I knew I would, be doing it in the future, but, this, being my reality right now is kind of crazy.
Kind of mind-blowing, isn't it? Mm-hmm. And I don't feel too old now, It was only a couple of years ago, but it is crazy how fast time flies, specifically when you're having fun. We'll start off in the fall season, cross country. How many years have you been doing cross country?
I've been doing it for 6 years. I did it in 7th and 8th grade and then all through high school.
Wow, good heavens. So you were at a young age. So here, getting into the fall year, your last year, what were some of the goals that you had set forward for yourself to maybe make this last year memorable?
Well, I challenged myself a lot, and my junior year did not go as planned, and so I knew that my senior year, I just wanted to focus on having fun and making sure the atmosphere was as enjoyable as it was my freshman year. So
do you believe that goal was obtained this year for just a fun environment?
Yeah, definitely.
Well, what is one of your favorite moments from this year during the cross country season?
Ooh, probably when we go to our COSAD camp. We always do a fun little 5K after talking to different coaches and learning things. And they always have a slip inside and stuff, and I'm so competitive that I never done it. But this year I told myself, I was yeah, you got to do it. Make the most of it. So that was really fun.
Perfect. So it's a little cold outside, so you can't really go outside too much unless you do go outside in this freezing cold weather to go for runs. I don't recommend it, but you might. But during this time, how do you prepare yourself for next fall, even though it seems like it's quite a long ways away?
Well, normally during winter we do winter conditioning, and we'll run outside or in buildings or stuff like that. But I actually started doing a winter sport, and so I've been doing a lot of conditioning stuff already.
Three season sport? You got fall, winter, and now spring as well with track and field. What
Yep.
are you doing during the winter time for people who don't know?
How am I what?
What are you doing during the winter time that maybe people don't know about sport wise?
I joined the girls wrestling team this
year. How's that going? Is this your first year doing wrestling? How is that going for you?
I'm doing pretty well. My record is 17-8. I'm seeded for districts, but yeah, I mean, it's different.
It's different, and again, it trains you even though it's a completely different sport, it still gets you prepped for not just track and field, but also for cross country field to continue that on. Now, not cross country, track is coming up. I would assume you would be a long distance runner.
Yes.
For track and field. So, how excited are you? Essentially, that being your last sport before you graduate. How surreal and then also sad at the same time is it?
Well, I know that at the end of the year I'll probably have a ton of emotions, but I'm just gonna go into it with the same mindset as cross country and just make the most of everything.
Is there any specific track goal you wish to hit this year, like making state or hitting a record?
Well, I hope to make state, but I also hope to drop my mile time.
There you go.
So
you got your pen ready to rock and roll with you. You're going off to the University of Kearney. Let's go there. You said you've already met with some of the team already. Was that specifically for cross country or for track?
For cross country.
How are you enjoying going up there and talking and getting to know essentially your team coming up soon?
Well, I know a lot of the girls from high school, and so I've ran and competed against them, and then I see that they continue their athletic career at UNK, and so then it makes me more excited to go there and be able to run.
Continuing on with the fun atmosphere that you always wish to set out for, is it a little maybe daunting? Everyone goes in and says, "Oh, college, it's not that scary. I'll crush it in the first one." But is there maybe a little in the back of your mind that it's "Oh gosh, college, it's right around the corner there"?
Oh yeah, I'm definitely nervous, but I know a lot of the girls are very supportive, and so they want the best for me, and I want the best for the team, so it'll go hand in hand.
Well, we love to hear that, and we love seeing you here for 4 years, but it's time to get that paper signed, and let's get you rocking and rolling for next year. There we go. So we'll step aside here on North Platte Post Sports Network. We come back more of a signing day 2023. Testing, testing. Hey everybody, this is Paxton Gordon here with the North Platte Post Sports Network. We're back here for signing day 2023. You know, it's only been a couple of weeks since our last signing day, so we're back here for some more action. We got a whole lineup here of guys. Good heavens to Betsy's from left to right here. We're going to start off with Trevor Chrisman. We're going to start off with the big dog himself. Whew. I know, senior year, you know, it slowly comes, and then it's here, and then you kind of, well, I don't want to speak for yourself, but I already want to get on to the next stage for your football career. Let's start off with football this year. New head coach. Essentially, it was a new head coach, but you've been with Kurt Altig for some time. How was the anticipation going into this year? Almost like a little bit of an unknown, won't you think?
I'd say kind of the beginning of the year, kind of going back to junior year, we all kind of got together. I think it was in May. Coach Rice kind of let us know kind of what was going on and how he had to move and stuff. So we obviously were all really shocked by that, but right away we knew that Altig could come out and be the guy for the job. We all trusted him. We all had faith in each other, and I think at the end of the day, that's really what matters, is believing in each other. But yeah, it was great. I think we all enjoyed this season. We all got along really well. We all created a lot of memories, and it was just really fun, and we had a lot of success.
It seemed like it was a lot of fun out there on the football field. So we'll continue on with the beginning. Coming into, again, your senior year, what were some of the goals you had kind of put on yourself that you wanted to accomplish this year as essentially your final year of high school football?
Coming into this year, just not being able to play last year since the injuries and stuff, I just really wanted to enjoy it with my guys, and obviously I expect a lot from myself, and I expect a lot from my teammates too. And we all knew that we could have a good, successful season just based on our relationships with each other and knowing that we are a good team. So I think it's just coming into it knowing that we can be a good team, and we have to see it through that we're successful and enjoy it.
You know, everyone talks about the X's and O's of football being somewhat of the most important, but don't talk about the trust and connections that you do build. So coming into this year, almost through day one, did you almost feel like this group was going to be super special and you can prove the doubters wrong, you know, at the time and make it almost as far, I don't want to say almost to stay, but go as far as you guys did?
Yeah, kind of like, obviously we try not to pay attention to like the media and all that sometimes, because sometimes it can get kind of crazy, especially from being from North Platte. Sometimes we get a little shame on stuff, but yeah, like just when the weight started this summer and everything, like we all made it a priority to each other that we need to be there. And yeah, like we knew that we could do it, and we just needed to get it done.
Now, as the scene set on that final game and you were, you know, walking off the field, what was going through your mind, you know, essentially walking off of the place that you've been there for so many years?
Obviously, it kind of felt like you get hit by a train. All your emotions start flooding, but it just gives you a really good chance to be able to look back on all your memories and all the fun times you had, not even on the field, but off the field, just hanging out with your friends and everything, and just going to practice and having a smile on your face before you even get on the field, and just looking forward to being there because it's a lot of fun. But yeah, I've enjoyed it a lot.
Now, as the sun is setting on your high school career, we're looking forward to college now. Going on over to Wayne State. What is your first thought and experience when you went over there that made you kind of almost go immediately, hey, this might be the place that I want to continue my education and football career?
I think just kind of how well I got along with the coaches and everything. Like, since the first second I stepped on the campus, obviously I like the size, the location's nice, I still like staying in state and stuff, and like everyone there is just so welcoming, and it's just a really good surrounding crew to be around. So
what have you been doing here, since it's still the winter time, to get prepped for next year and next season?
Obviously I went up there on a couple of visits and everything, and I've kind of just been mentally preparing myself, getting in the weight room, starting to really focus on my diet a lot and our strength coach, Ryan Parker, really helps me with that since he's been through the system and everything. So he kind of showing me what to expect and what I'm going to see. So, yep, I've just been preparing.
Beautiful, beautiful. Now, moving on to the next guy down our list here. We're going to move on. Colton Tilford. Man, oh man, you've probably cost my poor vocals a couple of times during this season with some of those electric runs. Talking about, Trevor talked about the chemistry and the relationships that were built. Did you feel the same sentiment way about how close this team was and how you, from day one and the first time you got into the weight room and on the field, you thought it was going to be special?
Yeah. This group of guys, we've grown up together playing sports, about every sport. And it's been the same group growing up, and we've always been close. Everybody gets along, and we all care about each other a lot. And these past few years have been really successful here because of the brotherhood we built, and this year was a good representation of that. Is
there any, through these years of high school, do you have any one particular moment that is probably you want to highlight and keep probably forever as you get older and older?
Omaha West Side.
There you go. That's what I thought.
That was probably the best day of my life, night of my life, and a lot of these guys. It was something we're gonna remember forever, and I can't really explain the feeling that all of us went through that night. Nobody thought we were gonna do it. A lot of people in the city didn't think we were gonna do it. A lot of people on the team didn't think we were gonna do it, but we went out there and we did what we do, and that was a fun night.
When it came to that day, you talked about a lot of people were, Omaha West Side being #1 team. What was almost like the pregame speech, essentially, to get the guys going? Because the team came right out of the gate and just was on fire from the drop of the hat.
Fear nobody. We knew we can hang with anybody in the state, and that was our mentality. We kind of had a rough start to the beginning of the year, but we just explained to each other that you can't fear nobody. Anybody can be beat any day, and they came out here and we kind of dogged them around. We bossed them around a little bit. We were more physical, and they didn't like what we had for them.
So just like when I asked with Trevor, final time walking off of that field, what were your emotions like seeing that this was the last time that you'll be playing football under the Bulldog banner?
It took a while to hit me. It didn't really hit me at first. It was just so much stuff was going through my head. Like when I fumbled the ball at the end of that game, that was not a great feeling. I didn't really want to go through that again, but seeing my teammates and seeing my brothers, just all those emotions going through us, it wasn't fun, but it also was good for us. Like just to look back at all we've been through and all the memories that we cherished and everything good that happened this year, and it was tough, but it was fun.
So now we look forward to your college career going to South Dakota State. You had some offers from Nebraska that I saw. So what made you choose South Dakota or want to continue to go there?
I've been up to South Dakota quite a lot now. I went to a lot of games, did some official visits, went with the guys after games and stuff like that. And the culture there is different than many other programs. And they love to win there. The brotherhood's crazy. I met a lot of the guys. I got really close with a ton of the guys, and their mentalities. I feel my mentality is the same as a lot of guys there. And the coaching staff, my relationship with all the coaches there has been built pretty strong, and I love it a lot. And obviously, school got paid for there.
So you talked about the end of the year about that fumble. How much of a driving factor was that to put some extra work into the weight room or get even more prepared for this upcoming season?
Yeah, for sure. It was a terrible feeling, and it was a terrible feeling for all of us losing that game in the playoffs. And none of us guys like going through that. And whenever things happen like that, that feeling sticks with you. So you remember that when you're working out and stuff like that, to just work harder, push harder.
Well, thank you so much, Cole. On now to Carter Kelly.
Get a big man.
Carter, it feels like, well, when I started my new job over here, you were the first team that I saw up there, American Legion Baseball. I remember it clear as day out in Lexington, the first home run that I got to see. You were essentially my honors of being able to see that. Let's start there first. So What was it like, again, last year, doing American Legion baseball with that team, going into the first day of camp? How was it? How are you feeling with that team?
The camp with our first nationals.
For the first nationals. Yeah.
I mean, nationals wise, our team's grown a lot. We were pretty young last year. Just working out with dudes at the DNN, all coming together as a team, just mentoring these little guys. That means a lot to me. Just being a good role model for them, and hopefully going to grow from last year and win some more games this year.
Again, going from essentially being the role reverse, being a leader of that team, one of the people that they look up to. You said that that's something you really wanted to be and wanted to be a mentor to them. What were during the year, some of the things you talked to the younger guys to keep them up through, again, a long, grueling baseball season?
Mainly just not taking plays off, being mentally focused, trying your hardest on every play no matter what, make an error, get back up, strike out, get back up, just making sure their minds are there, not giving up on anything, so that's most important.
If you had to choose during the baseball season one moment that you would circle and highlight to keep in your memory bank for the rest of your life, what would that be?
From last season, I would probably say beating Hastings in Hastings. That game was awesome. As a whole team, we all played great, limited our errors, pitched a gem, and came out with just the mentality that we can beat anybody.
Now, again, basketball season still going on right now. You're in the midst of a pretty strong 7-game winning streak. Same question, sort of coming into this year, getting to the gym with all the guys. How confident were you feeling that maybe this year go off on a pretty good swan song for your Bulldog career?
Yeah, I mean, last year was a great year for us. Me and River are leading scorers coming back as seniors. Couldn't really ask for much more. Got some good JV guys coming up from last year's JV team. Some pretty good scorers. I think our senior class as leaders has done pretty great this year with the little guys. And just coming together, all playing together, and that means the most.
Still season's still going on. Plenty of things left to come. But what goal do you have set as we're slowly closing out of this basketball season and approaching district and state competition?
I'd say definitely host districts, get past the first round. I mean, that's what happened last year. We got stuck in the first round, so hosting that game and winning that game, and then see what happens from there.
Is there kind of like a feeling of maybe some sadness as you're drawing each day closer and closer to finishing up your Bulldog career here on the basketball end of things?
I mean, yeah, senior night was pretty emotional, just thinking about how it's almost over. But, I mean, these last 6 games are just got to cherish every one.
So, again, going on over to Johnston County for baseball. So again, you're still focusing right now on your basketball, but what do you have currently in the back of your mind, to get prepped and ready for that first year of baseball?
DNN workouts, and just as soon as basketball's over, it's on. So,
anything particularly you're going to be focusing on this year to help better prepare for your overall game?
I would say probably my arm strength and just seeing the baseball better.
Perfect.
That's basically it.
Awesome. Well, Cardigan, thank you so much here. On over, Tristan Byer here. Same thing, started off this year, American Legion Baseball. What was it like? Again, essentially your last year of American Legion Baseball. Going into that first day, it was almost like a surreal type moment to be like, not only I made it here, but man, this is the last first day that I get to be with these guys doing the thing that I love.
Yeah, it was a great opportunity. I'm really excited though for this upcoming season. It'll be fun. We're only losing, I think, 1 senior, so we're hoping to bounce back really well and come up with some younger guys and have another great season.
That's what, and again, as getting into that mentor role, it's, I won't say de facto, but as you get older, again, you get up there, a lot of the young guys want to lean on you for experience. How big of an opportunity do you think that is, not only to just help the younger guys, but also just expand your overall play and getting to learn some new things from them, but also just evolve your skills?
It's a great opportunity as an athlete and as a person. You can teach these young kids, you can help them out, you can lead them, and as yourself, you can see new things that you need to work on as yourself. So it's a great opportunity both as an athlete and as a person.
And Carter talked about that Hastings game being his big moment during American Legion Baseball. What was your big moment that you'll probably remember from last year's season to carry on?
I would say my big moment would probably be sweeping Kearney all games. That was pretty iconic just because we've always been head-to-head with that team. So it was a really great moment just to sweep them the whole season and beat them in districts and kick them out.
Yeah, you just love to see that. That was a great moment. So, again, we're getting season a little bit far away in terms of American Legion Baseball and college, but what are some of the things you're focusing on to get prepped for that and ready to basically be ready to rock and roll from the minute go?
Kind of what Carter said, just like getting bigger, getting stronger, faster, and also like improving my fundamentals, mechanics, all that, because you're never good enough, and you can always improve and all that. So just getting bigger and faster and stronger, getting ready for the next level.
Want to go on down to Northeast is where you'll be heading. What drew you into Northeast Community College?
I would say the facilities and the coaching staff. I really like them. The facilities are really nice. Campus was really nice. So I would say that would be why. So.
I know you don't want to look too far forward, but how excited are you to go on down there and get ready to rock and roll?
I'm pretty excited to start this new chapter. It's going to be new. Obviously, the nerves are there, just starting something new, but it's going to be really exciting.
Perfect. Well, again, Tristan, thank you so much here. Now on all the way back down the table we go. River Johnston.
Yeah, that's a long way to go.
So, just again, basketball season still underway, so still many things still left on your to-do list you'll want to get accomplished. But stepping in for that, final first practice, how surreal of a moment was it to be like, man, we finally got here after all these years?
I mean, yeah, it's kind of a day you don't really look forward to growing up. No one's wants their last practice, no one wants their last game, so. Having the first last practice was definitely surreal, but, just got to take every moment, don't take anything for granted, kind of leave it all on the table, and I feel like that's kind of what we've done so far.
Again, 7 wins currently here at the moment. Have you felt this season on your end as a team and has been just as going as well as you expected, or have those bumps really helped grow this team?
I mean, yeah, there's definitely some games we could take back. I mean, losing to Pius early on in the year by 1, that one hurt. There's Beatrice we thought we could beat, but I mean at the same time we've won a lot of the games that we've kind of expected to win, which is really big when it comes to power points and district seeding at the end of the year. So, I mean, we've had a good year so far, but I mean we still got games left that matter.
Games left that matter. Now coming into the last year, there's always have that one goal in mind. Of course it's. For most people, it's always go to state. But when you stepped into that first day of practice for your last year, what kind of special goal did you have written down for you personally that you would like to accomplish before you head out of here?
Well, I mean, yeah, like Carter said, hosting a district is always kind of been a goal for us. We're kind of outside the bubble right now, so outside looking in. So kind of stepping up and winning these next couple of games will be big, but. Some of my personal goals I had was I always did kind of look forward to hitting 1,000 points. So, I mean, even since my freshman year, that's been a career goal of mine. So hitting that was pretty cool and surreal for me.
When you hit that goal, you talk just like with senior night that Carr talked about, it was surreal and it was something you didn't want to see go. But take me through, going through that game where you hit that 1,000th point.
Well, I knew going into the game I was like 4 or 5 points away from it. And I knew the crowd knew because every time I shot before I made it, everyone was screaming or, cheering on. But I mean, my 1,000th point was a free throw, and so I knew lining up to that I was 1 point away. And when I made it and all the confetti went off, that was pretty sweet for me.
Was there a scared moment where you thought you're going to blow that layup, and then you have to wait even further?
Oh no, yeah, it was definitely in the back of my head, worrying about that.
And then you broke the record this year for most threes in a single game. I wanted to ask you that day, did you just feel it, going into that warm-up that you're just going to be lights out?
I mean, it kind of just felt like every other warm-up. I mean, basketball's a game of runs, and so once you hit a couple, I mean, the hoop just gets bigger and bigger when you look at it. And so it's kind of what happened. I hit my first couple in 2 minutes, or it was like 2 or 3 minutes. I hit my first 4, and that was, I was just looking for any opening I could get, and I knew the ball was going to go up. Felt like I couldn't miss.
And you couldn't miss that day entirely. But moving on here to, if you had to choose not to be just this season, but during your career, what were some of the moments that you would carry on for not just for the next couple of years, but for the rest of your life?
I still think to this day my favorite high school game was my freshman year against Scotts Bluff. I mean, we played them early on in the year. They were ranked like 1 or 2 in Class B at the time. And, we played them early on in the year and lost by 25, 30 points. And just going into the game, we obviously weren't expected to win. And, I mean, we wanted it more than them. We ended up winning by like 12, 15 points. And so, I mean, I played a pretty good game that one. So that was probably the highlight. That's probably my favorite game.
So as, again, we're not totally finished with the basketball season, but as we're closely closing the book on your time as a Bulldog, getting ready, looking forward now, how excited are you to, again, continue on your basketball career out there?
Oh, yeah, I'm really excited. I've got friends that have committed to Dillon before me, so that made the decision kind of easy. And, so hanging out with them, I've kind of grown up with them, and so that made the decision pretty easy, and it makes me excited for what's in the future.
So, again, it's tough to really talk about that now because you're still thinking about, you still got this basketball season to finish up, but once it's done, is there anything that, again, in the weight room or just fundamentally that you're going to be working on, to get you prepared for that first season?
Yeah, I mean, college level in all sports is a completely different game than high school. I mean, bigger, faster, stronger, so that's kind of what my goal will be after the season, is just to get bigger, continue to work on basketball skills, and just improve my overall game.
Well, fellas, it's been a great year, even though I haven't been here that long. It's been great to watch you all this season, so time to pick up that pen and write down those names to officially sign to all your colleges. Well, that'll do it here for our coverage of Signing Day 2023. We still got more hanging up here around the corner, so you stay tuned to NorthPlattePost.com for all the latest on when our next Signing Day comes about.